Hey guys, this is Lisa the Whimsical Gardener. Welcome to part 2 of me redoing the container on the summer deck for the 2026 season. Decided to break this video up into 2 parts because I was editing the first one and it was ridiculously long, so I decided to do a part 2. So this is me continuing the planting up of the deck, and you'll see the final reveal at the end as well. Love if you can subscribe to the channel, share with a gardening friend too as well. So let's continue. Some lemongrass from seeds next year for the plant sale next year, because that was something that a lot of people asked for, and I only had a few and it sold out pretty fast. And then my lemongrass, the reason why I put it here is when I get some nice height up against this one. Okay, now in this container, I took this indoors. By indoors, I mean on either side of the greenhouse. And there's a salvia in here, and there is a Supertunia tiara in here as well. And I trimmed both of them, and they're still alive, you guys, so I'm going to keep them. And if you look at the salvia, I trimmed it too as well because it was a little bit bushy, and now you can see it's sprouting out. So I wanted to do this euphorbia, which I got this at the grower's outlet. It's the Miner's Marlowe Euphorbia. And isn't the foliage amazing? For this is I want to try to propagate this, so I'm going to pinch here because I want it to bush out, and I'm going to pinch the middle of the stem again here, and same thing here because I want it to bush out, because if I have more stems then I can cut those stems and propagate from there. So that's my thought. So I pinch all of the top of the stems, and hopefully I'll get more from that, and then I can propagate later in the summertime. So I've seen it where you can propagate it, snip it, and put it directly in soil. I've also seen it where you put it in water and then you plant it. So we'll try both methods actually. See the euphorbia when you pinch it, how it has the milky thing coming out? How about we turn our attention now to my green stalk, and we'll plant the green stalk up. In here I already have tiny Tim tomato, and I've already fertilized it. Let me mix the fertilizer. Definitely need some mulch around this. All right, so this would be a pepper, jalapeno, I believe. This what do you call it, lemon balm, you saw me a couple of videos ago where I pulled it out. I dug up a piece from the side of my yard, and then we planted it up here. So I wanted to have some lemon balm, which is actually evergreen for me here in the area, so I wanted some evergreens on the deck. So I'm just going to take this out while I plant, and then I'll put it back, because this is where you would pour the water reservoir, and that's what goes into the rest of the container. Like, it goes through from here, but I don't have the cover for it. This is my Turkish eggplant. This gives me a good chance to also mix in my fertilizer. And I've got 2, what do you call it, tiny Tim tomatoes here. And I'm putting an eggplant over here. So we have another eggplant here. Then in the bottom I have a pepper, which I'm going to go ahead and pinch the pepper because I want it to bush out. Mixing up my fertilizer a little bit more with the soil. This one is a Turkish eggplant as well. Pepper, which I'm going to pinch. I do have 1 extra slot here, so let me get some basil or something to put there. I've got a marigold, so this pocket looks a little bit like more may not do well, so I'm just going to put a marigold there and just let it grow. this one here I love because the more sun it hits, the more it gets red. So this one here, the more sun it hits, the more this becomes red. So I'm excited to see what it does this season. This we got from Bedford Nursery last summer, I believe. Yes, it was summer. This particular one is the Night Owl Mahogany. Bit of research about care, like how do I fertilize them? What do I do? I'm not sure, because these are all new to me. Look at the color, just gorgeous. All right, let's do this one over here. Now, from what I heard is that when a mahogany flowers, then the plant is done. But this doesn't look done to me. Guys, if you know anything about mahogany, please leave it in the comments, because I am now learning about them. I'm not an expert on them, so I would love to learn a little bit more. I know there's a lot of people that have collections of mahogany and agaves. I gotta be careful because I got this pineapple. By the way, guys, you see our little pineapple? It's growing. You can see it a little better. It's growing. I gotta be careful. This spike is gonna hurt you. Alright, I think that should be it for the 3 of them. Aren't those gorgeous, you guys? They are quite expensive, but I found them at Bedford Nursery when I went down to Augusta last year. Oh my god, and they had a whole hoop house. If I have a picture, I'll pop it in there, but they had a whole hoop house of agaves out there, and agaves as well too. And these were the 3 that I picked up. I think at that point they were like 7 or 8, maybe 9, 10 bucks, something like that. So I bought them small and growing them on, and I just love them. So of course I'll be adding them to my collections. And what I did was fall before the first frost came, I take it down into the heated part of the greenhouse and then just give it a little bit of water every so often, and then brought it back out now that it's summertime. Let's turn our attention to this trio that we have here. And I'm pretty sure I have way too many things that's going to go in here, but oh well. So these are scabiosa, and I'm hoping that they're perennials too as well, that I can grow them on and let them do their things in here. I'm going to plant these up. I got this baby spread from a work. I went out to visit an office, and again there was a farmer's market area there, and they were growing baby spreads. I'm going to pinch this as well too because I wanted to bush out. And I was asking the guy if this is perennial or not. He said it's more like a tender perennial in our area, which means it's not going to really survive in our area. But I want to see what the growth habit of this is. I have an alternanthera. Verbena for something else, because this container has a lot of stuff in there. Next, let's move over here, bring you a little closer. With this one, I've got the purple fountain grass, so that way it mimics what I have on the other side, and they look like cousins, sorta. Got this, what do you call it? Echinacea. This one is called Echinacea purpurea powwow wildberry. So I'm going to plant that in here. Echinacea for me blooms for like 2 months straight. The flowers last really long, so I wanted that to last a little bit longer here. Alright, that's that. I'm going to keep this tag because I do want to know what it is. Alright, so this one's going to be a little bit tricky to plant, and the reason for that is, if you guys remember, we actually took some poppy seeds in the fall time and we just sprinkled it on top of our containers. Remember I mentioned to you that all you do is you just literally sprinkle your poppy on top of your container, make sure the soil is nice and loose, and it'll do its thing. So that's what it's doing. Poppies have germinated and they're going to be blooming soon. So I'm just going to let them do their thing. So I don't want to disturb them. So the planting for this will be a little bit weird in that I'm going to plant, I've got creeping fig. I'm going to plant and let it trail down. And in the middle, in this area here, I have a bunch of calendulas that we'll plant. What did I say? Creeping fig? No, I meant to say creeping raspberry, everybody. So creeping raspberry. I've never planted this before. I found it at that local nursery, so I want to see what it does. I love the stems are a little bit prickly, so just be careful with that. I thought that I put more poppies all the way. Oh, you know why? Because this container had a lantana in it. That's why there's a spot in the middle, because I was like, why did I not plant stuff around it? Or sow the poppies around it? It's because there was a lantana plant in the middle, but they're all growing in. There's little buds I can see from all of them, so they'll look really nice. So this grouping is done here. So yesterday we went ahead and planted some basil, but I'm going to do the broadleaf thyme. Cuban oregano is what they call it over here. This, if you remember again, we propagated this, so we cut them last year, we snipped it, we put it in water, let it grow roots, and then we planted them out in the pots. And then this is what I'll do again in fall, because this one does not survive the winter for us. And we've got marigolds that I grew from seed, guys. I'm going to go ahead and kind of disperse them a little bit around the deck as well, because I do want to have some marigold here. I don't know where exactly, but we have lots and lots of marigolds, which I'm going to go pull a couple of plants from. I grew them in like a container, so I'm going to pull a couple of those and bring them up. It'll be nice if I put it on the back part of this container and just let it trail down on the back part, so I'm going to do that. You guys, this is either holy basil or this is a weed. I'm pretty sure it's a holy basil. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Am I growing a weed up here? No, I'm pretty sure it's holy basil. Oh yeah, it is, because we call it tulsi basil. But yeah, because you can see the little tulsi coming up there. Okay, I'm not growing weeds. Good. Have the blanket flower grow up and the lobelia trail down with it. Alright guys, we're almost here. Okay, this container already had mint that I grew a couple years ago, and mint for me comes back every year. My goal is that I'm going to grow some more mint for the plant sale, because people ask for mint and I didn't realize people like mint, so I'm going to grow some spearmint and another variety of mint. So I'm going to grow them this year, let them get big, because they do die down for me and then they come back up in the spring. This one here is a spider plant that we propagated from spider plants last year, and so I wanted to get bigger, and so I'm just going to plant them out here and I'm going to leave it out all summer and then pot it up for the winter, take it indoors and so forth. I did have some spider plants at the plant sale as well, and I think I had 5 and 4 of them sold, so not bad, not bad. Okay, this, super excited about. This is plectranthus that we overwintered again last year. Sorry guys, there's a lot of stuff I overwintered. And so I basically, I'm gonna put them here because I wanted to kind of trail down. Now my thought is, for the plectranthus, let me pinch it so it could get bushier. But my thought is, I'm gonna take one of this plectranthus and actually, I wanted to trail down. So let me show you guys where I want to put it. Now, is it overkill? Absolutely. But I'm going to take one of these plectranthus, and because it becomes like a long running vine, I'm going to plant it in this container here and let it trail down on the outside of the deck. Okay. Guys, you know me, like I have a hard time just planting one thing in a container. Like I'm seeing that lemongrass there and it's by itself. Marigold is going to go in that one. I have a hard time just planting one thing per container. I mean, oh well. So back to it here. I'm pinching our plectranthus. By the way, it looks small and puny now. Give it a month, you'll see how gorgeous it's going to become. And I'm going to tilt this one because I want it to trail down this way. Then I grew aster from seed. I don't remember what color this is, but guys, look at it. It already has buds. So I'm going to plant that all in this container here. All right, so let me blow this whole area out here. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs and we're going to grab our marigolds and then just kind of place a few here and there. Because guys, I have lots and lots of marigolds. Okay, I know, Baba. You want to help plant? Kate wants to help me plant. You want to help plant? I'm going to say hi to everybody. It's okay. Okay. Alright guys, so if you remember, I think I showed you probably in the vegetable video, I believe, when we were planting up the garden area. I did start marigolds from seeds, and these are all dwarf marigolds. Rain came and I left them outside and flooded it, but they survived, thank God. So I'm going to pull a couple of them, probably maybe 4. Let's pull 4. Okay, this one I have 2 in it. I love growing marigolds from seed, you guys. And I'm going to pull some different varieties. So I've got, looks like 3 of the same. Doesn't matter which one it is because they're just amazing. 4 marigolds. I'll grab 4 marigolds because we already got like 3 or so on the deck. So let's go plant those up. And oops, need some water. Let's put some water on this. While I'm here, let's go ahead and get a bucket of mulch because I want to mulch the containers on top. It really would help with, because in the summertime that deck gets so hot. It's full sun, and anything that I can do to protect this stuff will be great. I'm lazy to go get some gloves, so my nails are gonna perish, but oh well. Alright, got me a full container. So guys, I broke my rule in that I put another terracotta pot there, a basil in it, and I planted raspberry ripple dwarf zinnias in the front. And my thought is marigolds in the back and let it drape down in the back. So I'm going to take this taller marigold, and that will go here. I did put one in the other pot and let it trail down. And then where else? Completely not needed, but we're still going to do it. I'm just going to plant one at the side of this poppy right over there, just because we got 2 more we need to place. Look at this one, isn't it gorgeous? It's a poppy I'm not going to pull, I'm just going to snip them. Alright, and we have one more, which I could probably put somewhere on this side here, because that way it's all balanced. Is that a cute tiny marigold? So these asters, I'm not sure how big they're gonna get, so I'll put a marigold in the middle. And guys, this is a color explosion. We'll see how this all matches. I don't think I'm worried about it matching or whatever. I'm just worried about them surviving and all of that. So let's go ahead and start mulching. Guys, I came home from work. I didn't even change my clothes, whatever. I'm just gonna garden because I don't want to lose any time. It just looks amazing. Topping it off. Then it'll help with retaining water too as well. So I've got my tiny Tim tomato here. I don't want to be careful because I don't want anything to happen to my tiny Tim tomato. Ooh, so pretty. Can you guys see the tomato now? I have another tiny tin right over here too as well. I'm gonna put a little bit of mulch around this pineapple to help with some moisture as well. Desperately needs it. These I don't need to put anything because I had some like faux moss in them, so I don't really need to put anything there. And then I wanted to show you guys this because it's so cute. This container I had some hens and chicks in another container, and the middle part of it died, but the little babies around it survived, so I just did a hens and chick display there. You guys, I want to say that I want to give myself kudos, and you know why, guys? Because if you look at it, normally by now I would have gone out and buy a lot of plants, but I grew a lot of it from seed. A lot of it was divisions, so I didn't really buy a lot of plants. I don't have a lot of plants in my plant stash, so a lot of it was from seed. So proud for me saving on my gardening budget for this year, right? So okay then, you guys, I'm super proud. I didn't spend that much money this year on gardening so far, and it's the first week of May, and usually I would have gone and got a whole bunch of stuff, but all right, everybody, I'm all done. The containers have been topped off with some mulch. I'm losing daylight, so I want to turn the camera and show you guys what everything looks like. Again, I went very conservative with the number of containers. I know it doesn't look like that, but compared to what it was before, I'll do a before and then we'll do an after as well, so you can see it. I would love if you can subscribe to the channel, share with a gardening friend too as well. Leave any comments on what plans you have for your deck if you have a container display. So this deck I have to hand water everything because I don't know how to run drip on a deck on containers, so everything is basically hand water. Alright, so here's a full view of it all. Went with groupings, so you'll see a grouping of containers here, then we have our green stock, another grouping over here, and a grouping over there. All of those containers have to go down. I'm going to do another display downstairs. It's in my mind. I'm trying to create what I want to do in my mind, so but let's take them one at a time. So we did this. I'll try to pop the name. Sorry guys, I have dirt in my hands. I just realized that I have the yellow of this growing right now in the yard. Didn't realize that I already have this, but this, oh, look at the plant inside. Okay, and then I did marigold to trail down. I did plectranthus because I wanted to trail down. View of the shade garden. Beautiful, isn't it, you guys? We got our pineapples that's growing, and I decided not to bring the rest of the pineapples down. They're actually in that clump right over there, which has full sun. So I decided to leave them there. Then all of our mangaves have been cleaned up. Sedum, lemongrass. Guys, I love this little hens and chick display there. And salvia and supertunia that we overwintered, euphorbia, and then I found a little bit of what do you call this, celosia. We'll see if that grows or not. This is the other container that I added that has basil, and then I did dwarf zinnia so it could trail down in front. And these sedums we already had, and if you remember, we did a video where we propagated these, so we just broke them out and just basically placed them in a container, and they're doing okay. This display here, we did the spider plant and let it grow outside for the summer. There's mint here. We got some asters. I did a plectranthus so it could trail down. I decided to put a marigold in the middle. I don't know why, you guys, but it's there. Basil, basil, basil. That's a cinnamon. This is the holy basil or tulsi basil. Lobelia, which I need to come give this a good trim and let it flush back out. Blanket flower, pepper over there. Guys, I'm thinking that this thing is a weed, or this is a weed. Tell me if I'm growing a weed here, you guys. Then we've got our broadleaf thyme here. It's the sedum we had trailing down last year, and I put a parsley there. Here, I think we did overkill on this, but it'll be fine. Baby spread, plectranthus, not plectranthus, alternanthera, scabiosa. There we did a grass with echinacea, some verbena. Here we did a bunch of calendula with a creeping fig, guys. Isn't the creeping raspberry? Aren't the leaves amazing? And then on our green stalk, we've got a bunch of tiny Tim tomato, pepper, lemon balm, Turkish eggplant. Let's take that out. Pepper, basil. This thyme came back from last year, which I have to trim the woody part of it out, but it's a variegated thyme. We did more pepper, eggplant, Turkish eggplant in here. And then over here, we did our pampas grass, the columbine, what do you call this again? Coreopsis. And guys, the flowers are amazing, isn't it? We grew this from seed, you guys. Seed. Up here, we've got marigold, quinfoil, cinnamon basil. This one here is Mahogany Splendor hibiscus with eggplant. And I just talked to calendula, because why not? And then over here, I brought and I put my, I have to clean this container, but this is oregano that I brought up years ago. It dies back and it comes back every year. It's just basically on display because I've got a whole bunch of oregano. Let me show you. If you see on the fire pit area right there, that's all oregano. They are a perennial for us. So one more look at everything. And this will fill in nice for the season. And the way I did it was leave all the open space so when people come over, they'll have space to walk and they can walk on the rail and kind of see over. So that's what I wanted, to keep all of this clear. And then these pots will go down and that area will be clear too as well. One more peek at our sweet potato vines, sweet potato slips that are hardening off right now.